Welcome to a new test and teardown video. This time it's a Swedish product called Sivers Lab Stockholm model SL5400. It is a Bolometer, so it is another word for temperature sensor RF power or level meter. So where they use an external temperature sensor that changes, of course, the resistance element. And I don't have that sensor, unfortunately. So we can't really play with this one. But what I wanted is just to show how this is designed, how old it is, and how they did all this back then. It is from about 1955, so it is, of course, very, very old. And it's full of tubes, and it's very, very heavy. This is 15.5 kilos. Here at the back, of course, I got a few questions. Look at that. A motor, 127 volts. Maybe mains voltage is also 127. That is a little bit weird, isn't it? And here we can adjust some Bolometer bias. We got some numbers here, probably the reference to a manual of some sort. Yeah, let's go inside and have a little look. I am so impressed about the build and all those tubes. I mean, can we even count all these? So here at this side, you can easily see. When you see those voltage regulator tubes, this reminds me of some power supply related, and see the EZ. That is the rectifier. And oh, this is another rectifier, isn't it? No, this is a power 4x4, yes. But anyway, I think this is related to power supply. Oh, look at that. And then in here, there is a new row of tubes. One is missing, and I got a few here with white top. So of course this instrument is not working. That means we have a little vacuum leakage problem. We got a lot more tubes also. This black one in there is a shielded. There is so much more into this one. Look at that, all those extra capacitors here. They're trying to filter something. That's of course the indicator, and they don't reveal here on the front what exactly. Oops, there's some spider webs. What is it? This one is indicating. And then we got a fancy smancy shield box, quite thick and heavy duty, and this transformer, the size of that is just amazingly big. Oh, that is a lot of kilos right there. And oh yeah, I just keep finding the coolest details in this one. Here is one of the details I wanted to show. So this switch here on the front, see? Click. So there's a little lever that activates a micro switch specifically in one of the positions, not in the other one. Why was this necessary instead of just using some of the the normal switches and these? This is just, I love it, definitely. I just pulled the 3 smallest tubes, and yes, they are all EAA 91s. So that's a very fast dual diode. But look here at the top. We can see all through this top. It was supposed to be all dark, and it's just completely gone. So I don't think there's a little bit left here in the center of that one. But it was once all the way down here. So that means I don't think these will work. So one more funky thing. Down here, we had this shielded tube, and I pulled that one out. Look at that one. This one is the 6AV6, and it is a very, very special tube. They call it a Duplex-Diode-Triode. So that means we have two diodes connected to a common cathode. So there is only one cathode that is in the triode, but somehow also we have those two diodes, and I can't really figure out where they should be because you can't really see them here from the outside. They had to be all the way inside, very, very close to the cathode. I was just really hoping if I could see something down here, but I just can't figure it out. It can't be those two big metal chunks here. Maybe, yeah, look at that. Those two pins here, they go to those big metal parts, but that is not it. It is up here. Look at that. Here is the connection. We can even see it is connected to something that goes all the way in, but it is here. See, there's a tiny little crack. Maybe that will be the two diodes. Anyway, I think it's fun to find a new cool tube I haven't seen before. Also, I think I have figured this out. So why is it we have all those many tubes? And that is because this unit here is not using DC. It's using AC. So we got some oscillators and feedback systems, compensation and all that. So they're using AC to drive the temperature sensors, and also the temperature sensors feedback system is of course AC when you're driving with AC, and it goes into a little balanced transformer, and then the output from the transformer goes to some biasing, and then it goes to this triode system. Got a little bit of biasing and feedbacking and all that kind of stuff right here. And oh yeah, look at that. So that will be probably the two diodes. So that's probably the two outputs. And then they go to this cable, and this cable goes somewhere else. It goes out and continues in the unit. But I just wanted to show this attenuator as well. So here we got all the different ranges, and this covers 50-60 dB. So it's in 3 sections with a nice little shield in between, and all the resistors and stuff is located all the way down there. So it's not really super service friendly, but this is where they are best shielded and away from everything, away from all the fields and whatever is going on in here. And that is probably why they're mounted right there. Over here you probably already saw this. Look at those diodes, OA161. And they are also from the start of 1950. So, I was right about the 1950 something. And about 1950 something. Here is 58 written on this capacitor. And this is sometimes a very good indication on the age, because on some of these capacitors you will find these. And I also found it on, I think it was, yes, this one is from 56, but it has to be the highest number that counts, right? There was one more funky thing I found in this unit. Remember this? With all the capacitors, look at that. I can pull them out. So we got this little connector system here. So if I pull this out, I can flip it and stick it in. So then you have No capacitors, but just a resistor for some sort of a test mode or something. And there's no text, but they do add text on the tubes and all that. Why wouldn't they write what we are doing here? Isn't that just crazy? Well, I don't think I'm going to do a lot more with this unit. I was just super happy to have the opportunity to show and tell a little bit about this fantastic design. I find another funny thing. What is the idea here? Is this a little tester where you short these two to do something? I mean, why? And also this tube, we don't have a tube in the socket. We only got 2 pins or 2 wires connected to it. And it looks like it's supposed to be a voltage regulator or something like that, right? See here? I think we only got 2. Probably the high voltage or something like that. Or it could also be a test connector. It's just annoying that they can actually write, text on all sorts of places, but not the real important things. But I think I will call this the end of this little video about this unit. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a little bit of fun. See you around. Bye bye.